Look who's FaceTiming me right now.
Dame Dash. You gotta pick up the phone.
I'm gonna tell him.
You gotta pick up the phone.
Hold on, let me just tell him.
Tell him we're talking about Charlamagne right now.
No, I ain't gonna do it. Dame, I'm doing a radio interview right now. I'm gonna call you when I'm done.
We talking about Charlamagne, Dame.
They say we talking about Charlamagne.
Man, Bozo the clown. So you know that's how that go. You know you're not allowed to speak on nobody on certain people, or else the nation is all over you. And it ain't the Nation of Islam. It's the Rock one, boss.
So Charlamagne is having a really bad week because this time the criticism isn't coming from just one person. It's not just coming from Ray Daniels. It's coming from Dame Dash, DJ Akademiks. They all have raised different questions about Charlamagne's credibility, you know, his relationship with Jay-Z and Roc Nation, and the way he handles people he disagrees with. So this is basically going to be a follow-up video from the video I dropped yesterday about his beef with Ray Daniels. And I think the biggest question isn't whether every accusation made is true. It's that the same question keeps coming back up. Why do so many people think Charlamagne is compromised? The first person coming directly at Charlamagne is Dame Dash, and this conflict has been building for years. You know, Dame, he claimed that, you know, he tried to return to the Breakfast Club to promote his work, but was allegedly told that, you know, Charlamagne didn't want to bring him back. And that kind of made the situation look much deeper than just a simple disagreement.
No debt, but iHeart has debt. Your boss, Charlamagne, has debt. Address that. And address why you have not said anything about the Don, Farrakhan's birthday, and you was there. Are you allowed to talk about it? But you want to talk about everything that doesn't matter. Why does you're a dumbass. It's not even allegedly. You were a gossip columnist. You're stupid. You talk about other people's business. You've been known to let people kiss at your ass and go back. You've been known, allegedly, to rape girls and settle. You got that on your jacket. Why would anybody give you a job? Why should anybody believe you? You're a liar, allegedly. Your credibility, you're fake news.
Dang.
Actually, you're gay news. But you're not, but you're pretending that you're not gay. He's not fake news. He's gay news.
Dame,
allegedly.
Where did the beef between you and Charlamagne
I don't want you
start?
to say beef when you talk about Charlamagne. Don't do that.
Okay, where did the conflict between
when
you guys
started
actually
to wear Jay-Z's ball sack paws on his chest every time I'm around and try to incriminate me and say bad things? Bro, I would have to know somebody to have a problem with him. He's a gossip columnist.
He didn't stop criticizing Charlamagne on his interviews. He also made personal allegations about Charlamagne, and he questioned his credibility. Essentially, Dame is saying that Charlamagne's coverage of Jay-Z makes him look compromised, makes him look like a Roc Nation stooge. Charlamagne the Clod. This is what Dame Dash is alleging, right?
Again, I just feel like they try to trigger me to try to say something so it could be a gray area to get me more investigated. But obviously, I believe that Charlamagne's smart enough to know the questions to ask me to try to get me investigated. But to me, him not disclosing that he has any business with Roc Nation and not being biased, I think that would be illegal. And I would hope that right now that the feds are looking at this, because, you know, I shouldn't have to sue him, but I don't think it's fair. So please, if justice... Just like when Donald Trump sues people for fake news and being biased, the president, regardless of how you feel about him, he's the president. My problem is he continues to try to compromise my business acumen in front of everybody, and he's not biased. It's not fair. So I have a problem with anybody that does that, but I don't even acknowledge him as a player in the game. He's a pawn, a puppet, a gay one, allegedly.
All these people conspiring to mess with you. Is Roc Nation behind all of that?
You tell me. What's the logic? Follow the money.
I think
logically,
so.
Oh, okay. So you said it. You said it.
I think so.
I think so too. I think the high voice.
The only thing, the thing that I found shocking, that is I think they came up with some evidence that Charlamagne has some dealings with Roc Nation. Mm-hmm. And
why is that shocking when I told you a year ago?
I think nobody knew that. How'd you know?
It's obvious. Either he's gay for Jay or he's getting paid, allegedly. That's what I said live on TV. I asked him, did he work with him? He said he didn't. That was a lie.
To me, it was obvious.
It's
To
obvious.
you,
too.
it was obvious.
Yeah, Charlamagne.
They
He
make
never
it-
criticizes Jay.
Yo, bro, let me ask you a question. What party does Charlamagne go to that anyone gives a? Charlamagne's not like a big deal anywhere, other than at a Roc Nation party. He was at
So obviously, again, Ray Daniels from the video from yesterday, he entered the conversation after, Charlamagne, he criticized him over claims that, Jay-Z had completed an album, but may be waiting for the right business partner, technically, is what he said. He said Ray's response turned the situation personal because he claimed Charlamagne had previously called him privately about his comments regarding Jay-Z. And allegedly, he told him to stop speaking negatively about Jay-Z, right?
Yesterday, Ray Daniels got it really wrong. See, he was on his podcast, Ray Daniels Presents, I believe it's called, and he said definitively, okay, without a shadow of a doubt, that Jay-Z had a new album coming out. Well, you need to block that somebody, Ray, okay, because Roc Nation, who I work for, allegedly, replied to that commentary by posting in their story, album done, in air quotes, fake news. Okay, there is a part of me that wishes Roc Nation didn't even do that, because in a lot of ways, things like that are validation for the Ray Daniels of the world, and that's really why I'm doing this donkey this morning. See, nobody cares about having a voice that has actual value. People only care about going viral by any means. Okay, I know Ray is loving this attention. Okay, this is what these guys do this for. They don't care about being right. They don't care about having credibility. They just care about attention. They just care about being acknowledged. But I'm here to tell you that's not sustainable. Okay.
I think the important part in that video that I dropped yesterday, I think the important part of Ray's argument wasn't simply that Charlamagne defended Jay-Z, because Ray claimed that shortly after their private conversation, that information came out about Charlamagne having a business relationship involving Roc Nation, which Wayno had eventually said 3 days later, which made Ray question whether that relationship should have been disclosed when he was on the phone with him and he asked him, yo, are you working for Roc Nation? Are you working with Jay-Z? And he said, no, he basically said it was the right thing to do, which is why he called him, right?
Did that not sound like I just said I got it from a source not heard?
No, for sure.
So why the am I the donkey?
Oh, you definitely said.
You know I'm the donkey because you work for them. And you are the Jay-Z police. Now I am. By the way, I've always said this. See, one thing about me, I'm a real person. I'm gonna treat the internet like a real space. Charlamagne is one of my goats. Like, I idolize him and what he's doing in media. Like, he's incredible to me. So watching him, someone I admire, like cowtail because someone is telling him to, why would you give someone donkey of the day without looking into it?
Because it's viral.
It's because it's personal. Let's be clear. When the Breakfast Club brought my name up to T.I., it was weird to me because the week before, Charlamagne and I spoke that one time. And he could have asked me, yo, what you meant by that? And let's be clear, when they put it on the Breakfast Club and they told T.I., my people since that have been reaching out. Hey, Ray wants to come clear things up, talk about it. No response. Why you think I don't get no response? It's not because the Breakfast Club don't want me. It's because the people he worked for or worked with are like, hey, he can't come up there right now. I am in the business.
And then the AI website controversy obviously changed everything. People wanted to skate past it like it didn't happen. It's like, oh, Charlamagne, he beat him in the debate. Like, it was the stupidest shit in the world watching people defend Charlamagne, saying that he made Akademiks look like an amateur when Charlamagne's biggest proof, he debunked it. And we try to skate past that like it didn't happen, but whatever. Akademiks basically said that Charlamagne used the AI-related website InverseWire during their whole debate as a source of serious allegations, but obviously the website later disappeared, leaving Akademiks asking how Charlamagne found it, why he trusted it, and why there hasn't been a clear explanation, right? And then yesterday, Akademiks went on live and he actually covered the whole Ray Daniels Charlamagne Donkey of the Day segment, and he basically gave his opinion about it.
How come this website that was not known to the masses you knew about? How come when we expose all the funny, the DNS domain name registration happened 2 days before Drake's album dropped and it eventually just disappeared from public view? How come you've never said, oh, I thought it was credible? How did you think it was credible? I asked you about the author, Dalton Jackson. How come you said Dalton? Listen, chat. Listen to when I say the author's name. Listen to when I say the author's name. Listen to what he says as if he was He knew more info than me. The guy is not a real person. It was an AI. How could Charlamagne sit up on a Breakfast Club or any type of... We can't let Charlamagne do this. Charlamagne, you the GOAT, take your star, take the 200 million. But we got to say, at this point, your credibility is this. We could have a difference of opinion. You could quote unquote beat me in a debate or whatever the case is, but you came with lies. You came with lies that wasn't that you got hoodwinked. You're too smart for that. You came with concerted lies that you basically tried to hoodwink the public. That alone is a stain on your career that, I'm going to be honest with you, to this day I look at him like, I'm looking for an excuse for you.
So basically, Akademiks' argument, I think, from watching that clip, it's pretty much simple. If another media personality presented a questionable website as evidence and that website disappeared 2 weeks later, I think everyone would demand an explanation if that was Akademiks. If that was Akademiks, people would be killing Ak. But because it's Charlemagne, it's different. The $200 million man on Netflix, it's different, right? That's why Akademiks says Charlemagne can't constantly lecture other people about credibility, which is what he tried to do with Ray Daniels. He can't do that while avoiding questions about the source he used during their own confrontation, right? And I think the bigger problem is the pattern. This is where I think the entire situation becomes very redundant and very interesting to a certain extent, because Dame Dash, Ray Daniels, and Akademiks, they're all coming from completely different conflicts, yet all of them are connected in the fact that they are questioning Charlemagne's relationship with Jay-Z, Roc Nation, or the way he handles criticism involving them. If I'm Charlemagne, bro, you're a Roc Nation boy. Just acknowledge Hov, bro. It's okay. We know. Every Brilliant Idiots episode, we see you wearing a Roc Nation hat. We see you wearing Roc Nation gear. We know, like, most of your Black Effect podcasts signees, they all have some kind of connection or something to do with talking points promoting Jay-Z or being pro Jay-Z. Name me one person under the Black Effect podcast banner that talks negatively about Jay-Z. Name me one. Name me one. Lauren LaRosa doesn't do it. Loon doesn't do it. Right? Wayno doesn't do it. None of them do it. Glasses Malone doesn't do it. None of these guys do it. There's clearly a pattern there, right? And I think you can argue that Dame has a personal grudge. Ray Daniels has his own issue with Charlemagne, and Akademiks has his own history with him, right? But when the same criticism keeps resurfacing from completely different directions, dismissing every single person as simply a hater becomes that much more ignorant. Because eventually the conversation becomes about the pattern itself. This isn't about ending Charlemagne's career. Charlemagne is who he is. He's one of the biggest hip-hop media personalities, if not the biggest. It's about his credibility. This is a guy that's been interviewing politicians, hip-hop people, world leaders. Charlemagne isn't suddenly losing his career because 3 people criticized him. And, you know, saying otherwise would be that would be an overstatement to say otherwise, right? But the real question is whether these controversies damage the trust people place in his commentary. There's already people saying, when in terms of hip hop media, that they don't really go to a Charlemagne for hip hop takes because they know how pro Jay-Z he is. They know how biased he is when it comes to certain Roc Nation or certain Jay-Z topics when they come up. They look more towards a Akademiks, more of an independent, free-minded thinking media personality, right? I'm just being honest. A Poetic Flacco even some of the new media people. That's what people are looking for right now. It's very hard to believe that 3 separate people in 3 different situations are lying. There has to be some truth in the silver lining. Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. It's your boy Wordu. I'll be responding to all comments, good comments, bad comments, negative comments. All comments is engagement. Like the video, subscribe. We're on the road to 500 subscribers, and we're moving pretty fast. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all y'all supporting me. I really appreciate it, bro. Let's get it. I'm out.